How's it going, everyone? Chris here, and welcome back to another Nintendo and Super Smash Bros. Ultimate podcast. Today, I am once again joined by a bunch of my friends, and because I really don't know who all of them are, I'm going to let them go ahead and introduce themselves. I understand we're also live over on the new podcast Approaches channel, so if you guys want to go ahead and subscribe to that, I'm going to let CNJ spam in the chat, and then you can go subscribe to that channel because I'll probably hang out there and on this channel and everything else like that. So we're going to be talking about Nintendo stuff, Smash Bros. Ultimate stuff, and we're also going to be interacting with each and every one of you. So if you guys have anything to say, make sure you guys go ahead and say it in chat. And with all that out of the way, guys, why don't we go ahead and introduce ourselves in order of the pictures. So Micro, how about you go first?
Sorry about that.
Oh, God.
Hey, listen, streamers, Microman here. And welcome to another podcast Approaches. So, I honestly didn't know this was going to happen again, but at this point, it's to be expected because it's been going on for every Friday in a row. So, at this point, it's no surprise. Sorry, I was talking with somebody. I'm in college now, so it's been like something that I had to deal with lately.
Yeah, but instead of going out on a Friday night, he's here.
The next person go next. I'll let Ant speak because he has his mic on. So.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the stream, and I'm hoping to talk a lot more about Smash with you guys today and some leaks and speculation. Do streaming and do some speculations and other stuff. So yeah, I cannot wait to get into it. So let's just get right into it.
I'm surprised you didn't say oi oi.
I know!
Oi oi, loves and gubs, welcome to the stream. You guys love it. And I'll pass it over to Ware, if Ware's there.
Hello, you wonderful people. It's Wonderful Golden Star here. I'll pass it over to CNJ.
Hey, it's CNJ here from the Smash Utilizers, and we do podcast Approaches again. I don't know which one this is. I think it's the fifth one, and the second one we're doing last Chris, and we're just so excited. We had to do this last minute, but yeah, so I think we should just start it.
Okay, so Ant, why don't you start us off, because I know you got like the topics list.
Yeah, I've got the topics. Yeah, so today, the first thing we're going to go into is our official YouTube channel, and thanks to Chris for saying we got a new YouTube channel. This is going to be the official YouTube channel for a new podcast Approaches, and when Chris joins us, he's going to obviously stream on his, so it's going to be a double stream. So please, guys, check us out, and also subscribe to Lex Chris as well. So yeah, we're going to do a lot more speculation and live streams on this channel officially, so which I can't wait to do. So that's the first thing. So yeah, welcome, guys, to the official channel. Do you want me to move on to the next topic? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
No, I'm letting you guys run this.
sure.
I'm just here.
Okay, I want Chris. So we go in order. So I usually start off and then I'll pass it to whoever's next. So the first thing to talk about is color theory is dead. So we did go over it in the last stream, I think, but we just literally just went over it. We didn't really talk about it properly, but it's safe to say color theory is dead. Pretty much.
Yeah.
You want a double color theory sort of thing, but it's up to you guys.
I mean, I have a color patterns theory that I mentioned in the last video, I think.
Oh yeah, go on, tell us about that if you want to, quickly.
Okay, so for those of you who weren't living under a rock, I essentially made a theory that's based off of the color theory where it would, instead of going to orange or any other color aside from all the colors that have already introduced itself, essentially it would go back to green if it would reset all to the colors that are already introduced. So say that Piranha Plant already started with green, Joker was red, Hero was purple, Banjo was yellow, Terry was blue, and Violet was green. So it would rinse and repeat after that. So whoever the next character is could possibly be red. And if my theory is dead, it would have to be an entirely different color than that.
And I think
that the only way it would debunk my theory.
And I think if it's a double color theory, it could be like a lighter color of red or a darker version of red, maybe. So I don't know what you guys think of that. So that was Micro's double color theory and the color theory. So CNJ's got his mic muted. So Lax, what do you think about the color theory and the double color theory we just came up with?
I'm a little surprised that the color theory didn't end up panning out. I thought that, it was basically a sure thing. So to see that it didn't end up happening was something that was really strange. I know that, me, Papa Geno's, Block's content, the three of us really thought that it was going to end up happening. And I don't know. I think that Byleth would have looked pretty good with an orange background. So I don't really know. I think that it would have been cool if we did end up getting the color theory, because then, the fans would have actually gotten something right in terms of, what Sakurai is thinking about and what Nintendo's thinking about. But
Is
it just...
it because of the sword?
Is it because of what?
What did you say, Micro?
Is it because of the sword?
Yeah, yeah, but also I just think she would look good on an orange background. That's just kind of what I'm feeling right now. So I don't know. I'm sad that it didn't end up panning out. At the same time, though, it's not breaking my heart or anything. I guess we'll get them next time. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm sure the Smash community is gonna come up with tons more theories. So don't worry. There'll be more just like it very soon.
All right, CNJ, what do you think? Oh, yeah, go on, Micro.
Sorry. I was about to say, now that I think about it, didn't somebody look into the files on the Smash website and ended up finding a green palette? A lot of people thought it was a placeholder for Piranha Plant, but ended up becoming Violet.
Well, there you go.
I think it was a different shade of green.
Oh my.
Green.
But yeah, CNJ, what do you think? Color theory is dead. A double color theory. Anything to add?
Yeah, I actually think double color theory could happen. Before Violet was revealed, I'm not gonna say who the streamer was because someone in here could get angry, but I made a kind of thumbnail in a way. I don't think we could put it on the stream, but it's basically like with Dante and a brown background. Why I put brown? Because thumbnail on Twitter it was brown, so I just put that overlaying Dante with brown. It looks pretty good, and then when Violet was revealed, that theory was dead. Color theory is dead, and then when Micro thought of the double color theory, I thought it would happen, but in a way sort of different. Like every color would be a different shade of that color. So for instance, Joker's was crimson red. This one could be like probably magenta, not magenta, like burgundy or something like that.
That or red orange.
No, not exactly. Orange is a orange is a secondary color. Burgundy is sort of a third color in a way. Yeah, I think I'm not sure. But but that's.
I mean, you don't see Violet with like a lime green color, so.
Well, that's from the enlightened version, I think. Oh, sorry for.
Don't worry, Chris. Your orange will come soon.
Hey, hopefully it's on Crash or Sora. I'd be cool with either of those.
I honestly keep thinking that it is gonna be Crash next, but a lot of people keep saying no, that's ludicrous as hell. Well, I thought it was bullshit, so I'm okay.
Also, wow, what do you think about the double color theory or just color theory in general being dead? What is your opinion? Very quickly.
People read too much into things.
There we go.
Fair enough.
That's my opinion.
That's fair enough. I could understand.
So a small part of me thinks that it was originally orange, and Sakurai just saw other predictions. I thought, let's screw with everyone.
Okay.
I mean, he is acknowledging the memes, and apparently, he already knows that people want specific characters on Twitter. Also, you know what? Let's talk about that topic later because I don't want to screw up any other.
We've got a lot to talk about because basically, Chris, if you don't know, we're doing like a combination, and it's to everyone watching as well, of everybody's leaks and speculation today. So like block content, Lax Chris obviously, and Papa Geno's. We might try and get other people, but we depend on how we do for time and so forth. So let's get right into the first thing. Before we get into like other people's videos, we're going to go into something that Masahiro Sakurai himself said, which was Super Smash Bros. Creators Masahiro Sakurai has addressed complaints regarding the amount of Sword and Fire Emblem fighters in a new column for Famitsu magazine. Now, if you guys don't know, he knows the backlash of like Bailiff being here. I'm gonna say Bailiff one time. I know I'm not gonna say this. And it seems like each new Smash game, the amount of sword wielding fighters grow immensely. While Melee only had 2 with Marth and Roy. By the time the series reached Ultimate, but yeah, go on, Chris.
Oh, I didn't say anything.
I was Chris. Fire Emblem had more representatives than Zelda. Now with Bailiff's addition to the game, Fire Emblem is tied with Pokemon at 8 representatives each, if you count Pokemon Trainer as a single fighter. The Smash boss stated that he didn't choose who got added to the game based on own preference, and that it was Nintendo who made the calls. There are too many Fire Emblem characters, and there are too many Sword characters. I too understand, he confessed. So with that. So what do you guys think of that?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. There's too many.
Yeah.
There's too many sword fighters in general, but at the same time, like, there's more people in Smash that don't use swords than use swords, than do use swords is like an argument that I've seen floating around. And originally that was like the big argument. Wasn't that, there were too many Fire Emblem characters, it was that there were too many sword fighters. And now, because we've gotten, half of our at least Nintendo DLC fighters have been Fire Emblem characters. Like, in Smash for Wii U and 3DS, we got Roy and Corrin, both as DLC fighters. And then now, we also got Byleth. So, I don't know, I like playing as Byleth. Like, I've started to really enjoy playing with her, but, I don't know, I wish it was somebody else, especially because I think that the last character reveal should have been better, and it just wasn't. It was the final character of the first Fighter's Pass, and instead of having it be a character that, everyone was super excited for, it was a character that everyone was just kind of like, meh about. So, I don't know. I feel as though if Sakurai had just revealed Byleth first, or like third, or something else, I think everyone would have not had as bad as a backlash. But you know what? We are where we are, right? That's what's happened. Byleth's in the game, and I think I'm pretty excited that Sakurai actually was like, yeah, I understand, there's too many. So, I don't know, I thought it was very interesting.
At least he acknowledged it.
Yeah, I think for him to say, because I think we all forgot about that, it was actually, even I forgot about it, to be quite fair, that Nintendo picked these characters, and it wasn't Sakurai himself. So I can understand that a little bit. So with the business deals and stuff.
Nintendo now. Sakurai's not to blame here.
Yeah. So and I forgot about that. So that's shame on me. But I was just, I forgot about that. But yeah, C&J, what do you think then?
Well, I actually do agree with Sakurai. I sort of did a poll. I think the last number I counted with how many sword fighters was in the game, I think more than 20. Yeah.
Wow.
More than 20. That's a lot.
That is.
Yeah, it's really a lot. But like, I actually agree with Sakurai, and also that there are too many Fire Emblem fighters. Like, for some reason, I feel like we needed Byleth in a way, because like Smash Ultimate for me, for some reason, so weird without Byleth. But yeah, that's probably just me. But also, in the same article, Sakurai did point out 2 very important things, and I made a video about it. Chris made a video about it. Chris, you probably remember this, but Sakurai said that he wants us to play as protagonists from different series in Smash Ultimate. So in a way, Sakurai sort of deconfirmed antagonists, enemies, if anyone does not know what that word is, or sidekick. Like, for instance, all the other Phantom Thieves, which are sidekicks, and Von Eyre. So Sakurai basically deconfirmed them. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? Those deconfirmed for
go to Mike Crow's opinion. So.
Oh right, I forgot. Yeah, sorry.
Mike Crow.
I think I'm going to cry if they have deconfirmed villains so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, hold on. I'm not muted, am I?
Nope.
You were
No,
quiet.
you're not muted. We can hear you.
Okay.
You're a bit quiet, but
How? Run forever. Okay, as I was saying, if they end up doing that, I'm going to cry. I have so many villain characters that would be fitting for like being a character in Smash. Like for example, Dr. Robotnik, Skull Kid, or heck,
Waluigi.
yes, even my boy Waluigi. And personally, I want. How can I? I've said this before. I want Dark Matter from Kirby to be.
Already have marks. But that's
I
not
didn't say
exactly-
marks. I said Dark Matter.
Right.
Okay, well, what do you think? You have to get your thoughts as well.
On this, I think this is a case of people reading too much into things, because this is a leak part of the translations, if I'm not mistaken. This isn't the full thing. People are reading too much into small details, in my opinion, without knowing the actual context.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think in this we can all agree that there's too many sword fighters. I know Bailiff. I was going to say Bailiff. I need a counter on screen every time I say Bailiff. Anyway, so I agree, but I'll go by Bailiff as a she. I think she is different, or I say they are different. And as playing with her now, she feels quite alright actually, to be quite honest.
Ooh, and.
But anyway,
Oh god.
you have to break the tension somehow, right? Anyway,
I can already see the merch of that.
Hey, as long as it's the Edelgard version. Okay?
Wait, guys,
Anyway.
hold on, really quick. So
Yeah.
it says, so CNJ, I've seen you comment with CNJ Gamers, Smash Datalizers, and also are you the one who's commenting with a new podcast approaches?
Yeah,
Are you
honestly,
commenting with
don't
all
do
three?
that. That's kind of biased. That's
That's
actually
me,
kind of
that's me,
biased, even
that's
for me.
That's me. I'm a new podcast approaches. I'm the one streaming.
Oh, okay. Sorry,
Anyway, so,
CNJ. He's funny.
Chris, this is why you're great on here. You're just so great. It's so cool. Anyway, so I'm trying to do this in order, but we got literally after we ended the podcast last week, Block Content actually released a video, and I'm like, oh, damn you! So on the 31st of January, he had a video titled "Minecraft Paved the Way." Microsoft talks Smash, plus Sabi leaks Paper Mario Breath of the Wild 2. I haven't done a whole lot on Breath of the Wild, but I went over like how Microsoft. Well, he is Microsoft. But Minecraft paved the way for Banjo being in Smash, but also Paper Mario a little bit. But I didn't go in too much into Breath of the Wild. So if you want to check that video for yourself, guys, just check it out. Go subscribe to Block Content.
Permission to drag him by the leg.
Yeah, so Rare explains how it works with Nintendo on Super Smash Bros. Ultimate's Banjo-Kazooie DLC. Minecraft had paved the way for the relationship between Microsoft and Nintendo. Microsoft's team and Nintendo's team met after E3 because of Minecraft and shared their thoughts and thought it was a great business opportunity. And then Sabi talks about maybe a new Paper Mario or a remastered Paper Mario. So, Chris, because you're our guest today, I'm going to let you go first. So, Chris.
In terms of like, what are my thoughts on Paper Mario?
Just like how Minecraft paved the way for Microsoft to talk with Nintendo, and also, yeah, Paper Mario. So, yeah.
Well, in terms of Paper Mario, very, very excited that Paper Mario is apparently returning to form. Very much looking forward to that. I think that, Paper Mario is a franchise that is very near and dear to my heart. I grew up playing Paper Mario 64 and Paper Mario Thousand Year Door, and then, unpopular opinion, although I think it's pretty popular, Sticker Star and Color Splash were not great games. So hopefully we get interesting partners and everything else like that. That's what I'm most looking forward to. But yeah, in terms of Paper Mario, I think it's coming soon, and that I think it's actually going to end up happening. Sabi is very confident. He said that he's 100% backing the rumor that Paper Mario is coming to the Nintendo Switch and it's returning to form. And then, what was the other thing? And then in terms of Steve, I don't know. I don't really know too much about it, but I definitely think Steve has a chance at coming to Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. I think Steve is a character that lots of people really want to see, and considering Minecraft is one of, if not the most popular game in the world right now, it's entirely possible.
Absolutely. So, CNJ, what do you think?
First, Nintendo and Microsoft's collaboration partnership is actually pretty cool. I like that. It can pave the way for new ideas, like there was a rumor that Xbox Game Pass would come to Switch, which has not happened yet, but we've actually seen the collaboration of Microsoft and Nintendo already with Cuphead, Ori and the Blind Light, and also Banjo-Kazooie Smash. So I think there could be more collaboration way. Even Steve. Yeah, some people might be saying this, but I think Steve could smash. Yeah, that's basically all.
Okay, Micro.
Oh, and about wait, there's also Paper Mario, right?
Paper Mario, yeah.
Oh yeah. I'm 129% sure that there will be a Paper Mario game coming this. I am sure of it. I actually am.
A bit of overconfidence there, don't you think?
So what happens if we don't get a Paper Mario game? What are you willing to wager?
What will I wager?
My name.
I will probably.
You shall wager your Jewish hat.
CNJ,
Bring my whole house down.
if you get this wrong, I want you to go on stream and tell them what CNJ stands for.
Please.
That is what I want. If we do not get a new Paper Mario that returns to form, I want you to tell the world what CNJ stands for, because we all know. We
all know what
now.
it stands for. It's just that
And it's
the
pretty
people in the
funny.
cast don't know.
No. Do a 10-hour live stream of you saying Lax Chris over and over again. Okay, Micro, your turn. Paper Mario and Minecraft.
Personally, I don't really know. I mean, in terms of Paper Mario, I think it has a pretty good shot at actually happening. I mean, if it were going into form, then that would show that Nintendo is acknowledging that like Sticker Star and Color Splash weren't really good games at all. It was just, I guess you could say it was just a mess in the art room. But seriously, I honestly wish it could go back to form. Probably the only and first Paper Mario game I've ever played is actually the first one. I've never got to play Thousand Year Door, unfortunately.
That's sad.
Wow, what a
I've
tragedy.
actually heard good reviews about it, yet I've never actually seen anything.
Actually a
related to Thousand Year
tragedy.
I know.
Paper Mario either, to be
We
quite
gotta
fair.
do
Oh my
let's play, I
gosh.
swear.
Oh my god!
Oh my god!
Let's play that. I'll play that on stream for the guys. Here you go.
Please do.
There we go. Anyway, so what do you think of like this then? This Minecraft.
Wait, I didn't talk about Steve.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, Karen.
Okay, my thoughts of Steve. Well, it depends really. I mean, Microsoft and Nintendo have a good relationship right now. I am gonna have to say it's undecided for me because as much as I want to see Steve in Smash, I can't put personal bias as my top priority. I have to look at the facts first, and I gotta see all the information that comes out of it. I mean, that's the whole point of this, right?
Yeah. Wonderful. Anything to add?
Well, if what Micro said about Paper Mario pain Lax Chris, this will really pain him. The only Paper Mario game I ever played is Sticker Star.
Oh gosh! Do you hate good video games? Oh my gosh!
I just didn't grow up in the olden days.
Oh.
I mean, I've actually been lucky. I mean, you know, what's funny is I've been lucky to actually select or accidentally select really good games. Well, from what I've heard. So back then when I was a kid, I wanted to get like games that I thought were cool, but actually were bad games. Like I actually wanted to get Sonic Heroes back then, but I ended up getting Sonic Adventure 1. Oof. And then when I wanted to get just a regular Mario game for my Game Boy, I ended up getting Mario Luigi Superstar Saga. Which I admit is probably my favorite Mario RPG to this date.
Cool.
And probably the only one, aside from Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars.
Okay then, so I'm actually going to get into Lax Chris's videos actually now, so it's good timing. We did this, so yeah. So huge Smash Ultimate DLC leak. The next fighter will be based on Bayonetta. New fighter leak. Lax Chris on the 2nd of February 2020. So there's a 4chan leak stating that will be that the next Smash character is based on Bayonetta. Simon and Richter had a new visual glitch introduced in 6.0 while charging their F Smash, but no balance change at all. Byleth is likely based on them with the whip. The visual glitch has been fixed in 7.0 without explanations. Now, Bayonetta has a visual glitch introduced in 7.0 when she only had her shield size or something like that. So, Lax Chris, you actually talked about this on your video. So, go ahead.
Sure. So, I actually am pretty sure that this was originally sent in to me by CNJ.
Yeah, that's correct.
But basically,
Oh my god, you tease!
I'm sorry.
Basically, what's happening, for the people who don't know, is whenever there's a new update, sometimes if we're getting a DLC fighter that takes assets from a different character, like for instance, who borrowed from Simon who had the whip? Byleth, right. So when before Byleth was revealed, Simon Belmont had this really weird glitch because like Byleth's up special was very close to Simon's because you know it does some of the same stuff. So whenever we see a visual glitch like that happen, we can kind of tell which character the next character is going to borrow some stuff from, right? So the character could be a completely different size. It could be a tiny character, it could be a huge character, it could be exactly the same size, but we know that something from Bayonetta is going to be borrowed for this next character. And I mean, it doesn't even have to be a move. Like, it doesn't mean that this character has to have Bayonetta's up special or up smash or anything. It could just be borrowing her shield size. So, yeah, it looks as though for sure, Sakurai and his team are borrowing something from Bayonetta. That's what's going on right now.
Essentially, what you're saying is it's an Echo Fighter.
No, it's not. It's not an Echo Fighter. It's not.
I know. I'm just joking, but in a way, it's kind of like saying, like, since they have a similar moveset, you can think of a character that would have that.
Sure.
First of all, let me ask you a question: who would fit that bill? Like,
Well, this
Dante.
Is
Don would be a pretty
Dante.
good like character that from the Bayonetta.
Dante. But
Dante?
what about a female DLC character? Actually, the framework of a female with double guns. Lara Croft, anyone? Just saying.
Lara Croft. Actually, there hasn't been any
Oh,
representation.
I would be 100% down for Lara Croft.
Double
Yeah,
guns.
Lara Croft. That seems possible.
Wait,
anything-
so
Honestly.
hang on.
I would
So
accept
when
that.
there is a new update and there's a visual glitch, it's usually a weapon, isn't it? It's not really a shield, but it's usually a weapon. Because if you think about it, was it Cloud was based on Ike, wasn't he? So it's weapons. So if it's anything to go by, double guns, maybe Lara Croft. I don't know if anyone else with double guns, if you guys know, unless it is a Bayonetta character.
It's either Dante, Lara Croft, or
CNJ Gamer.
any character with a gun.
That fits. Dante, double guns.
Tracer from Overwatch.
Oh no, female. Yes.
Jonesy!
Oh man, Tracer from Overwatch actually kind of makes sense. Uh-oh.
It does.
Uh-oh.
Female, double guns.
Okay, worst case. Okay, guys. Worst case scenario, it's Jonesy from Fortnite.
No.
Yeah!
No, that's base case scenario, because then I get to hear Micro Rage.
Leak bait. Leak bait.
Yeah, when it's in Smash.
Barely surface.
Where did that oof come from?
So, okay, so we're going to run very quickly because I want to see your thoughts are. So I think that's a good opinion with that. So it's probably either 3 people. So it could be Tracer, maybe, because if we go and buy weapons and like the basis on that character. So Lara Croft, Tracer, and Dante. That's my 3. If you guys got any 3 or just 1 or 2, let me know. So Chris.
I have something I want to say.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I want to point out that the glitch is kind of being consistent because I believe Piranha Plant and then also Terry and Nana from the Ice Climbers had a
That's
glitch.
it. Yep, I remember that.
And they had nothing based on them as a character, so there is a chance this could literally be nothing but a random glitch.
For all your source of leaks and speculation, subscribe to Lax Chris for more. Anyway.
Agreed. Subscribe, like Chris.
Anyway,
Aww.
so anyway, Chris, what do you think? So my three fighters are Dante, Lara Croft, and Tracer. They're actually very big. If we're basing this weapon glitch theory, maybe I don't know.
Off of Bayonetta, like Dante.
Dante. Just Dante? Anyone
Just
else,
Dante.
or-
No,
Just
I think
Dante,
it's
okay.
Dante.
Dante.
That's just who I think it is. That's my gut. It's saying Dante.
CNJ?
Oh, Sonic was had a glitch.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, last time
Sonic?
about Dante, right?
Yeah.
We're
Okay.
getting
Yeah, it's
Shadow
Dante. That's who it is. I guarantee it.
I want no.
If the glitch theory is real.
Shadow Hedgehog with them guns.
The glitch
Original
theory.
character.
The glitch
We're
theory.
not getting
Okay.
Shadow. We're getting Big the Cat.
With a gun.
Hell no.
Big the cat with a gun.
I am done.
Okay, so Micro, who do you think? So I think we've got 2 Dantes, 3 or 3 characters. I'll go more.
Okay, so Dante, Lara Croft, Shadow the Hedgehog, please.
2 guns.
Possibly Tracer, and hope to God, for all that is holy, not a freaking Fortnite character, please.
Yeah,
No
we need
Jonesy.
Fortnite.
Fine, no
At least
Fortnite,
give
but
us
how about
a
another
costume
Fire
or a
Emblem?
stage? That's all.
Another
No
Fire
more
Emblem,
that,
right?
Please.
Jonesy built
Fortnite
into
comes
battle.
to Smash.
Okay, well,
Fortnite
what
before Steve. If you want my honest opinion, I think it's just a random glitch. I think it's nothing.
so you don't think it's
I also think it's kind of like
I
something that
think
we're overthinking a bit.
I genuinely think this is nothing. I genuinely think that. I
Also,
honestly
just gonna say this flat out. For all those people who believe that color theory or that something related to it, like a third-party list, would be the whole thing of the Fighters Pass, like, honestly, I didn't believe that for a second. So, I don't. If anyone's saying like we're not gonna get any sort of assist trophy, or if we're not gonna get a specific character because of this reason, I'm not gonna believe you, because at this point, there's no rules to this. Like, I'm not gonna.
I actually
Alright.
could think it's Jonesy.
no, because Jonesy will have the shotgun. But anyway, well, what do you think?
Could we get
okay,
Banjo again?
I'm gonna give a couple of hot takes here, and I know I'm gonna create a lot of enemies. I think if we get a Capcom character, I genuinely think it's gonna be Phoenix Wright and not Dante.
So you don't think the weapon glitch theory is a thing?
I think it's nothing. I think it's just a random glitch.
Don't get
You
me
like an
wrong. There
opinion
are a lot
on-
of people who still want Phoenix, right?
Jonesy.
Phoenix Wright, in my opinion, but if this glitch didn't happen, I feel like Phoenix Wright would still have more backing him
Okay.
overall.
All right then. So the next one would be from Lax Chris again. Is huge Smash Ultimate DLC leak? Has Sora Smash Fate been confirmed?
Yeah.
So will he join
Rip.
Smash? And this was posted
Rip
by
Sora.
Lax Chris here on the 7th on the oh god, that's 2020. Jesus Christ. Game Informer, editor says Disney Japan specifically is keeping Sora from being in Smash, but was unsuccessful in acquiring the character. So yeah, Chris, would you
Yeah,
like to?
Let me just start by saying, I actually beat Kingdom Hearts 1 yesterday. It was awesome. I loved every minute of it. So to hear that my boy Sora might not be able to make it in is definitely disappointing.
We need Sora.
In terms of him, yeah, so apparently this person who was working or like was an editor-in-chief for GameSpot or Game something or other, who has ties with the industry, said that Nintendo actually did approach Disney of Japan, and they were like, hey, can we get Sora in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate? They were like, nah, dude. So I really hope that's not true, because Sora is now my #1 most requested character after Tetra. So
Really?
yeah, I'm
What
really
about Tetra?
yeah, right after Tetra.
Tiny Sora.
yeah.
And you
the
see,
Mickey
like,
Mouse?
Max Chris not having Tetra on his merch or anything anymore. It would just be like Sora instead, all dressed in black.
If Sora's not the next Square rep, then I have high hopes for Geno. Then
Yeah,
And if it's not,
this
then
also
I'll
means
have
that there could also be you know that what was it? Frick, I forgot. I think Chris was also looking at that actually recently. Frick, I'm trying to look it up. Just give me a sec. You guys keep talking in the background.
Well, I don't know how I feel about Sora. I've never really played Kingdom Hearts. I want to play the third one, but I really want to get the older versions of that. I know you can get a collection of like one and two, I think it is. So I can play it and be up to date. Because even though a lot of people want Sora in, I've got no personal attachment. I'll say it to you guys right now. The only person that I would like to see in Smash by now is Master Chief. So I think he stands a better chance than Doom Guy. But going back to Sora, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I mean, it'd be different, Keyblade and stuff. I mean, guess a magic user / Keyblade user sort of thing, I guess.
When
All
Sora
right, I think I found it. Well, I don't think it was Chris who saw it. I think it was Blood Content who actually saw this. You know that Sakurai column that basically said that wait, no, never mind. Fuck, sorry. So there was one character that Sakurai wanted, and essentially he couldn't get that character, and he ended up getting Byleth instead. So I'm assuming that if that's the case, then wouldn't that mean that Sora would have been the fifth fighter if that wasn't Byleth?
I guess. Well, this is going back to you, Chris. You did an interview with Gyro, and I would like to get him on the podcast at some point because
Gyro,
the guys
not Gyro.
know bits apart of what he said. I've listened to the whole thing, so I heard about how, if you guys don't know, bring up to speed. Max Chris did an interview with someone called Gyro. I think that's his name, Chris. Gyro.
Gyro, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, it was supposed to be Jill Valentine was supposed to be in the base roster, and because they didn't get Jill Valentine in the base roster, Nintendo said to make a DLC. Capcom didn't like that, so pulled Jill out, made her a spirit, as you guys saw the spirit event, and so they juggled around the DLC. Apparently, that is the case. I'm not quite sure how credible Gyro is. I guess he's quite credible, Chris, because you've had him on your channel.
You think that would also consist of all of the spirit board?
It could be
the recent spirit board events,
but,
like Tetris and all
yeah.
that.
So that's what I was telling the guys. So if you guys, I suggest you guys watch that interview. It's really quite informative, and it's on Chris' channel. We'll find it with interview with Gyro. But yeah, I was talking to the guys with this, Chris, and they didn't know about it really. I guess you guys didn't really until I told them. So it's quite very interesting. Very interesting with that.
That's a big rep.
Yeah. So.
Oh yeah. By the way, I looked into this. Apparently, Jill was the base for Joker. Apparently.
Yeah, that was the other thing, wasn't it? That's why.
Yeah.
You're saying that Jill was supposed to be Fighter 1 and
I
it wasn't supposed to be.
So I just into it my own, and I actually found that out.
So that's quite interesting. I said, Chris, if you could hook us up with Gyro at some point, it'd be great to talk about stuff, so he can inform the rest of the guys here properly on what he said. So, if that's
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, cool.
Thank you.
So, Real Nintendo Direct leak, February, March 2020. Leakers reveal 3 total Nintendo Directs in 2 months. This is from Max Chris again. 7th of Feb 2020. So, yeah, so there's apparently 3 directs. I was actually looking because I didn't manage to look at the video, but Chris, would you like to explain? Because I literally was taking notes and then you started streaming, so I actually missed this video of yours. But usually I'm
Sure. So
I'll rewatch it. So
basically, what's going on right now is we now know that so Sabi did not actually, come outright and say we're getting 2 Nintendo Directs this month. So this person named Zippo over on Reset Era said that we were actually going to end up getting these directs happening, right? So Zippo said that these directs were going to happen, and Sabi was like, yeah, instead of looking into it, I just kind of took his word for it because I know Zippo, everything else like that. Lots of people believe that Zippo is actually Sabi, but there's no proof of that. But in terms of that, yeah, so what's happening is we're going to have a normal Nintendo Direct this month. We're apparently going to be getting an Animal Crossing Direct this month, which obviously makes a ton of sense because, we need one.
Why wouldn't you? Is the question.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do an Animal
So
Crossing?
we need one, so that's going to happen. And then we're also apparently next month going to be getting a Nindies Direct, which is like indie games. So yeah, it's interesting. That is for sure. I'm really looking forward to learning more about what's going to end up happening. But a lot of people are saying that's not going to end up happening because we had a Direct in we had 2 Directs last month, and then 2 Directs this month, then another Direct in March. Like, all of those Directs are different Directs, and also, like, after this, we probably won't get anything until E3, so, I don't know, man, my gut's just telling me this is what's gonna end up happening.
See, I'm just going to quickly jump in here, C&J. So I think we're just going to have 2. I don't think we're going to have 3, but definitely 2. And I agree with you, Chris. I think we're going to have 2 or 3, depending, and then the next one will be at E3. On Smash characters, I think they might do a double reveal at E3 with 2 big names, but then if we don't, we know why. Maybe it's the Byleth situation, and we don't get anything. So maybe.
That's
So,
sad rip.
yeah. So C&J, would you like to your thoughts on this?
Yes. Sorry, my throat is hurting me. But, well, as Chris said,
Gyro's actually here, by the way. He's in the chat.
Hi, Gyro.
Get him on the voice chat, my dude. We should get him on the podcast sometime.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, I actually would like to. I actually agree with what Chris said about all these different kinds of Direct in the past few months. This happened last year as well, in 2019. The last regular Direct was on September 13th, and the actual Direct after that was in February 13th, if I'm correct, and that's a 5-month gap, and no one thought that could actually happen.
Oh?
Yeah, 5.
No, I wasn't responding to you. I was responding to the chat. Apparently, Gyro says he wouldn't mind being part of the podcast, bros.
That's cool. Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, Chris, you're gonna have to drag him. Get the body.
Yes, kill him, get the body, and do not bury him.
Anyway, C&J, yes, you were saying, sorry.
All right. What was I saying again?
That's Christmas, right?
Yeah. Oh, okay, now I remember. And this also happened in 2017, 2018. The last Direct in September, the last regular Direct in 2017 was, again, September 13th. And then, since everyone was speculating that there would be a Direct on January 11th, like an actual Direct, Nintendo made it a mini Direct. And then the actual Direct after that one was on March 8th, which actually was cool, is that it revealed Smash. So I actually think that this could happen, that there will be at least one Direct in February and at least one in March, which I also talked about in my video about it. And yeah, that's it.
CNJ with this hard self-promotion.
I know, right?
I'm so sorry.
No, see where we're just talking crap. It's okay.
I get the
got some problems.
I
I
promise.
just want to say, before Micro has his say, I just want to say something right now. What you did for everybody in the stream the other day, Chris, was amazing. No other YouTuber does that. And if you guys don't know, he said to basically everyone, if you need subscribers, just say so. That is just an amazing thing to say. And this is one of the reasons why I'm subscribed to you, and this is one of the reasons why I like you on the show, and we did that interview, because it just proves my point that you are a nice guy. So there you go.
Thank you,
Screw
man.
The reason why I don't personally do it.
I'm clapping for myself. I'm such a good guy.
The reason why I don't do it is because I feel kind of like ashamed, or I feel like if I'm being a coward, actually just like sounds like I'm begging. Kind of feels like, please give me subscribers.
It's like,
No,
I
but
think
to be honest,
I said,
yeah,
I didn't say it like that when I did it, but I said, are you sure? Like about 3 times. Are you sure you're alright doing this? And everyone was doing it. I was like, but I was still, are you sure? Am I right? Are you sure? Like just making sure. So
I kicked out a lot of people who have not subscribed to me, and they've seen my videos. Like that's kind of like, oh, that's a tear. Those are tears coming down my face. What do you mean, fam?
So anything else, Micro, on the free directs, and what do you think in 2 months? Like
In
Chris
terms of
said,
the 3 direct, I have confidence that there is a direct this month. Honestly,
any E3?
probably. Let me check if there's any dates that I could think of. I usually think of Wednesday, so I'm gonna go stick on Wednesday. It can either be the 11th, 12th, 13th, 18th, and 19th, 20th, or 25th, 26th, or 27th. It has to be one of those days. Otherwise, it can't be any other day.
Okay.
I think it could be any day in February.
Yeah, I think it's either Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. Yeah,
No, it definitely is going to be a
but mostly
Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday.
All right.
I have
Wow.
confidence it's Wednesday.
Oh.
It has to be Thursday.
And if my theory is correct, and if also that like gum theory is correct, I want the next character to be Shadow.
Gum theory.
Oh yeah, the gun theory.
I mean, Shadow
Oh,
has
it's
gun,
weapon
he's
glitch
red and
theory.
black,
WGT.
and not to mention Sonic movie gets revealed this month, so.
Dude,
Yeah,
yeah,
get
Beck and I are
Shadow
going.
Hedgehog in the
Yeah,
game.
Beck and I are going for Christmas or for Valentine's Day to see the movie.
Remember to force your girlfriends, guys.
Hey, so Gyro wants to join, so I don't know how to add him to the podcast bro chat, so somebody else do that,
Just
please.
invite him to the VC, and I'll start developing his like.
Yeah, invite him to the
icon later
Discord
on.
first. We might have to do it for next week because we got a lot. Still, well, we got a big one next for the next thing. So, wow, what was your speculations of the free directs? Do you think we're gonna get any?
I think it's pretty standard. We're gonna get a Nintendo Direct, obviously, an Indie Direct, and the Animal Crossing Direct. And then we won't get any new information pretty much until E3
Let's be
from.
honest. We aren't getting anything from the Indie Direct, like besides indies itself. Like
You
that's
don't know
not
that.
the main focus.
Okay. I want to quickly say something to Micro, and to all you, because I've just realised. When I
Yeah.
said Tracer, I've just realised.
Yeah.
They're Activision Blizzard. If we get Tracer, we're most likely getting Crackers and new costume.
No.
Oh no. Oh no. No!
worst
Don't
case
give me discouragement.
All right, cool. Well, this is a hefty one. As you guys know, I don't get wrong. I don't know situation, but it looks like Papa Geno's. He does like a big bulk video. This is like a 40 minutes long, I think, video. I watched all of it. So basically, Papa Geno's uploaded a video on the 6th of Feb 2020. Smash League rumor and theory speculation after Byleth. So there's something in his video. I just went over the basics of it. One was against spirits. He talked about Fire Emblem Spirit event didn't happen. So does this deconfirm spirits? So do you want me to read the whole list out, guys, or do you want me to do one at a time? What Papa Geno said. It's quite a lot here. So
Yeah, there is something.
By all means, go.
okay, so there's an argument going around against spirits and for spirits. So the against spirits is the reason why we didn't get a Fire Emblem Three Houses Spirit event is because Byleth was going to be revealed as the DLC. But the for spirits thing is they can modify old spirits' name to something else so it doesn't collide with fighter spirits. So that's for spirits. So what do you guys?
you.
So what do you guys?
Thank you. I've been trying to say that the whole damn time.
I always think it doesn't.
Jesus
confirm.
Christ.
What do you guys think of this then? The for against spirits and for spirits argument, like I've just said.
I think, considering the stuff like Free Houses came after release, they couldn't have spirits, so you should judge them at comparing the base game spirit. I think if they're event spirits, they are most likely out though. So I don't think we're getting a new Pokemon rep, for example, unfortunately. But I feel like stuff like Geno and Waluigi, hopefully, are still completely on the table.
So Chris, what do you think?
Hang on. I was kind of glitching out during that. Could you repeat the question?
So there's an argument what Papagenos went over against spirits and for spirits. The against spirits is a Fire Emblem spirit event that didn't happen, for 3 houses.
Right.
That's it didn't happen because we got Byleth, so that's why we didn't spirit.
Join.
And for spirits is they can modify old spirits' names for something else, so it doesn't collide with fighter spirits. So what do you guys think that?
Dude, spirits are. It's so hard to tell. It's so hard to tell. I don't know.
I kept trying to tell Chris, actually.
Spirits,
about
man.
that.
I don't know. I wish I had an answer, but I just. Because, spirits, at first I was like, oh, spirits deconfirm fighters for sure. And now I'm like, wait, do spirits deconfirm fighters? Like, what do spirits even mean? So now we have a. I don't know. I don't know.
Objection!
I object to that, Chris. I have full confidence that spirits do not deconfirm fighters.
Okay, I just want to quickly talk about something because people have sent me some stuff about spirits.
Ooh.
Okay.
And I've just completely remembered.
Okay.
And these are stuff against spirits because of what Sakurai said about expanding game worlds.
Oh boy.
And I personally don't believe this. This is just arguments I've heard, which I feel
But he
like.
said that about Fire Emblem. Fire Emblem's expanding worlds, and then we got Fire Emblem, same bloody universe.
In all fairness, I've got heard that they are different timelines, and I still think that's a dumb argument. But these are just arguments I've heard.
Okay.
And also, it's a thing about. I've also heard that adding spirits wouldn't technically add anything new, like to the universe of Smash. Which I think that one is a fair argument. I personally don't agree with it, but I'm just trying to spread some stuff for the other side. Playing devil's advocate.
Okay. So, I think Micro and CNJ, would you both think? I think CNJ you spoke about it, didn't you? I'm not quite sure. Did you?
About what?
About the for and against spirits argument.
No, I not think I did, but actually. Oh yeah. So I actually have a theory. So you know those spirits that, like those event spirits like Resident Evil and Shield? Apparently in update 7.0, along with Violet, all event spirits are now on the spirit board forever.
Yep. They're actually found out because people didn't know at first if the event spirits stay on the spirit board, and I actually found out I come across Sword and Shield spirits again on the spirit board, even though the events ended. So they stay on there.
Boys, I think someone just said something. Someone new in the chat.
Gyro.
Hello.
How you doing?
Hola.
Hey,
Hey,
guys.
Okay, thank you.
A new challenger has
make
approached.
Just make sure that my mic doesn't have like any echo in it. That was the problem I had with Chris the first time I recorded with him.
Thanks,
It's
good
okay,
buddy.
I can check for you.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Okay, we're just gonna go to Mike. We're just gonna go to Micro on this, and then we can get to you, Gyro, if you really want.
It's Gyro, not Gyro.
Sorry.
Please.
Call him Gyro!
Sorry.
Only call him Gyro!
Gyro,
Seriously,
Gyro,
do not-
Gyro.
He is not a sandwich. He is not. He is not that top thing that Robs uses as a projectile.
I might just still keep calling that now.
Alright, well.
It's not Gyro, and it's not Gyro.
Anyway,
I might be an idiot on this, but I just realized that the Subspace Emissary logo is essentially the the gyro that Rob uses. So I guess you can say that Subspace Emissary was a Gyromite game all along.
Guys, actually, really quick, I want to ask Gyro, because he's here now. What are your thoughts on the possibility
anyway, sorry
of
for
two...
interrupting.
He just
You
interrupted
said
me.
Micro next, I think.
He's interrupted me.
Yeah, it was Chris. We was gonna do Micro's thing, and then we can go to
Alright,
Gyro.
Yeah, so my thoughts on the spirit thing?
Yeah, so for and against spirits thing, what Papagenos went over in the video about the events, and then you can modify spirits' names. But you said you was all for it. You sound passionate about that.
Well, where do I begin with that? I kept telling people, even Chris, I kept telling people that they could easily change the names, or if they wanted to add a character that was already a spirit, they could literally add the character, but it has to have like a different name to it. Like, I even showed them, like, they can even use different renders, like their Smash Bros. Renders, as a possibility of an actual, well, different character. For example, Christy, do you remember that thing I showed you with Geno and all that? Like,
Yeah.
there was a comparison between the fighter spirit and the actual spirit that's within the game. Because that's the reason why you thought that fighter spirits deconfirms fighters in the first place.
They do.
No, the thing is that if they were to use, like, I've seen in the game myself that it's possible that Nintendo can easily use the Smash Brothers renders of said fighter
Cloud.
if there's already a regular spirit of that fighter in the game. What's to stop them from using the fighter's, like, render instead of having to literally use the old render again as the fighter spirit? Like, there's no reason why they
Straight
can't
up
do that.
laziness.
I literally kept shaking Chris about it, like, dang it, man, I'm trying to get the bigger picture here.
Well, hasn't like the Wii Fit Trainer got like down yoga pose or something, and it's the model of Wii Fit Trainer as a spirit? So
Yeah, but look at Pokemon Trainer, for example. Or any of the characters that have, like, alternate costumes or all that. Like, yeah, that only is specified for them, but what's to stop them from doing it with characters that don't really require it?
Okay.
Like, look, I'm gonna
think the only argument against that, though,
I'm
is-
gonna go on my game right now. I'm gonna go to the inventory. I'm gonna go to the spirit list.
Okay.
I'm gonna go all the way to fighter spirits.
All right. While you're doing that, let's get Gyro. Gyro. Okay. Gyro.
Yes, you said it right.
Okay. So I was talking about the guys here. I said I watched the whole thing of you and Alex Chris their interview talking about what you said about Jill Valentine, of her being in the base roster, and I was telling the guys here, and they kind of did but didn't know. I wasn't quite sure who knew and who didn't. So I just wanted you in here to like go through that with us watching and with the guys here, just to bring them up to speed what the whole situation of the DLC swapping rounds and stuff like that.
Right. So, from what I understand and from what I was told from my contact who had their source, Jill would have originally been the first fighter on the first fighter. She would have been the first fighter in the first fighter's pass. That's a tongue twister now that I think about it. First fighter in the first fighter pass. Yeah, and the reason that I kind of can see that, why that had been something that was speculated on, was because of the fact that there was that code name, what was it? Jane, I think it was?
Jane, yeah.
And that the character had a ponytail and it existed at the same time as Joker. From what speculation we can gather, it looks like that was possibly Jill. We don't know for sure 100% because nothing confirmed by Sakurai or Nintendo, that was used to create Joker. Because they would have used the gun, and then they would have used that model to then construct Joker. So that's part of the reason why that adds up. And then something very interesting that happened, we actually got a leak
I'll be right
of
back.
the next Famitsu.
Okay.
And there was some information here. I actually found it through a Game Explain video, and I was looking at it. And the translation here reads about the first fighter pass, and it actually had a theme to it. There was actually a theme to the characters picked.
Interesting.
Wow.
Yep, so this is what it reads here. I'm going to read straight from the page that I have it where it's all been translated. The theme this time is a high degree of freshness. And description of freshness, or the definition of freshness is new or like freshly, what is it? Fresh new. What's the other word I was looking for? Brand new to like, yeah, brand new, fresh off the press, all that sort of stuff. So from what that meant was we had Joker, who was from a brand new game that had only come out like about a year ago or a couple months prior, I believe it was a year ago. We had Hero, who was from a game a couple years ago, but also was getting a version on the Switch. And then we had Byleth, which that game had just come out. So there's 3 examples right there of fresh characters, fresh and brand new, that had not been seen before. And the other version of fresh is like a brand new experience or a new franchise to introduce into the Smash Brothers. So that would be Banjo through Microsoft and Terry through SNK. So basically, from what I gather, is that this high degree of freshness meant characters that were going to be relatively new to Smash Brothers in some sense, whether it be from a newer game that had only just barely come out, like with again Fire Emblem Three Houses, and games that did not have any recognition on Nintendo consoles or in Smash Brothers in general, like Heroes, Joker, all those characters.
It all just interesting, fascinating, just hearing this all. So I'm just going to break it to the guys.
The funny thing about this theme actually also fit for Jill because we got the Resident Evil 2 remake literally last year, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes,
it was.
So she would have fit the theme as well.
Yep. 100%. But
so I think that gives it just a little bit more confirmation that she was originally in the Fire Pass and that they had to put Byleth in there because Capcom decided to be children about it.
Yeah. I mean, they could always still do Resident Evil. They still haven't added Claire to the Spirit event. So Claire is one of the characters that they can use. Same with like
yes,
Wesker.
But then when you have a Spirit board, what other characters are you going to choose? You've already got the main villain, you've got the two main female and male protagonists, and then you got Chris.
Maybe it's like some other characters in the series. I mean, Carlos for Resident Evil 3, but then he's just, I guess, a generic character with just like a ray gun would be, I think.
Oh God.
Yeah. So I can't think of anything else. I think Wesker was on the Spirit board, I believe.
He was. Yeah. He was actually the first in the
board.
list of the Spirit number for some reason.
I mean, we could always get.
He was ahead of Leon and Jill.
Yeah, I mean, we could always get like Leon maybe 4 or something like that. They work around it like that as a DLC, but then I don't know how that would work, in my personal opinion. So.
Yeah, it's kind of hard because again, like I said, Capcom kind of burned a bridge with them. I'm pretty sure that Resident Evil isn't gonna get in.
No. So if not, maybe another character. Like we had actually another theory we made up now, didn't we? It's called the weapon glitch theory, and everybody was talking about Dante because there's a glitch if they Sakurai or Nintendo, whoever you want to say, base a character of another character, they have a weapon glitch. So I think last character we said it was Simon and Richter had a glitch or something of their whip. And then
with their whip apparently, but I didn't ever see this.
But it was like yeah. So I never saw it either, but this is just what we've been told and speculating.
Yeah, that's something we barely acknowledge.
I've only seen footage of the Bayonetta thing, and honestly, it's just not enough to go off of for me. I mean, it's just a glitch because every game is gonna have a glitch if you're honest with yourself. You're always gonna have glitches that are gonna be found, and then you're gonna patch them out.
Yeah, not all of them.
Think about the one with Duck Hunt and the sword and the Mii Sword Fighter that crashed the game. think about Piranha Plant and the what was it, the All-Star Smash or whatever it was that
is
completely destroyed. No, that's gone now. Apparently that was been patched out, but the reason that occurred wasn't because of Nintendo or even the system itself. It was because of people who had apparently gotten SD cards that were not legit, so it was causing a corruption of the system.
Okay.
And also,
that's what I found out through a lot of research.
I'm back.
That's some important information to know.
Welcome back, Chris. We was just listening to what Gyro had to say, and it's all really been fascinating. All of us have just been listening to him, literally. So yeah, it's just.
I apologize.
We took majority of the time in the beginning. I think it was fair that he'd catch up along with us. So.
The thing is, I don't know about all the things that you talked about. I just know about the most recent, which was the Spirits and Papa Geno's stance on for and against. Which I did actually listen to that video. I had it up to my ear the whole time that the person I was with at work was driving. We drove like for 2 hours.
Oh, that's cool.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay, recap then. CNJ, Chris, recap the whole thing that we were talking about the whole time. Like, or actually, no, Ant has this list.
Oh, yeah. So when you joined Gyro, it's actually in the middle of Papagino's video. So you probably caught up with Papagino's video. So we got for the Against and For Spirits. Now, what's going around about Geno? So if you guys want to talk about this, so we all, I think it's safe to say, want to see Geno in this. Even though I have not played Super Mario RPG, don't
What
at me.
is wrong with you?
Don't at me.
That is a sin in
of itself.
But hang on.
I have never
will
played
still...
Super Mario RPG either. I'm with you, man.
It's safe.
I will tell you this, that there is something really interesting that I found from one of the tweets, from one of the tweets from, what is it, Marco Pica? Is that the name of the person that I showed to Chris that I was actually reading off all the tweets from? Marco Maro.
Yeah.
They had a really interesting tweet. Let me pull it up here, actually. When they were talking about for the directs or what it was. Next week, so many leaked things finally will get the official status. And then it says, niche and RPGs are the best two words to describe what's going to happen. And we are up to another busy summer like 2019. And then shows the sun for summer. That for some reason, Block Content thought that meant Isaac. No,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean that. Because here's another thing. Niche and RPG also describes Super Mario RPG.
Yeah, that's very vague as well. Very
I
vague.
mean, I think it's mostly the golden sun.
Wait, what were we talking about?
You.
I forgot the name of the. What was the name of it, Gara?
Marco Maro.
That's it. Yeah.
Marco Maro.
Yeah. About a game that's been an old game. Was it a game, but something niche? I get the
Here's the thing, though, in particularly with Super Mario RPG, there are some people who have never played it. They consider Geno to be a niche character. They don't see the popularity that the community has or Sakurai's care for the character. And strangely enough, again, we never got that Mii costume back when they revealed Heroes stuff, which everyone expected to happen.
See, I'm glad you said that because what Papagino said, he said he doesn't mind either. He runs Geno in as a character, but maybe the reason why we haven't got the Geno Mii fighter back is because maybe they're revamping it to make it like look like Geno, but it still be a Mii gunner with the music Forest Maze. So what do you guys think about that?
That would mean that that would mean they'd have to actually make the entire. They'd have to make it more than just a hat. They'd have to make it the entire head of Geno for that to look like how they did with Cuphead and Sans. And I don't see that happening.
Yeah.
Here's the reason why I don't believe that, and I think that he's just kind of giving up hope a little too much because of one person who talks to him in DMs, which honestly, I don't listen to every single individual thing that someone says. I take things with a grain of salt, and here's the thing about that. Both Sans and Cuphead have a reason for being a gunner. We have the Gaster Blaster, which makes sense even though it's a little bit unexpected. And literally, Cuphead's moveset is entirely gunner-based. It's entirely shooting projectiles in his game. It makes sense. Geno has more to his kit than just shooting things, like with bullets and little pea-shooter bullets. He has full-blown Star Blast attacks. So I would not say that that's something to cut his chances of getting to be a full-fledged fighter, just because of how much that would completely nerf or it would completely not represent him well enough.
Okay. So we'll pass it on to everyone else then. So Chris, do you think Geno will be a fighter or a Mii fighter, just revamped like Cuphead and Sans?
I think personally that if Geno's gonna get in, he's gonna be a playable character. Just
Chris?
because, like, what? I'm just saying, if we do get any Geno
He does this
representation,
sometimes, doesn't he?
if we get any Geno representation, I think he's gonna be a playable character because that's just what I'm hoping. But in all actuality, he'll probably end up being a Mii costume.
Did he say that he was going somewhere?
Yeah. I think that's what I'm leaning towards as well.
I mean, and I think, I don't know, it's just, I want him to be a character, so I'm
While we're
leaning...
waiting for him. Does anyone else want to put their input about what I just said?
Wait, can you not hear me?
Yeah,
I
I
hear
heard you.
you.
I think it's breaking up a little bit for me. I heard, but
Oh no. Let me see. No, it's okay. I think no, I
Chris?
think.
Hello?
Yeah, 'cause so
you alright?
Yeah.
Am I good to? Am I good to say anything?
Yeah. Also about what Gyro said, we're just going in order now. So it was what Gyro said, as well as Geno Fighter or me costume revamped. But-
Yeah.
In my honest opinion,
Oh, okay.
I still think he could be a fighter. I honestly still have high hope that he can be a fighter with all the information that we got here. But I'm gonna be honest, in my personal opinion, I'd be fine if it went either way, just as long as he's represented. Didn't they also say that there was a possibility that Geno and Mallow would come as a single character in of itself? But I don't know.
Okay.
I don't see how that would happen. And again, the interesting thing, well, again, from that leaked information, and I remember Papa Geno talked about it too with that the Kako demon and the Mallow costumes that they came out, that the leak happened about November, which would have been about the same time as when the broadcast for Byleth happened, right?
Yeah.
Yes, that is actually true. Yeah, that's what he went over in his video too. It lines up in November, 2 months, I believe it was.
Mhm.
Something like that.
And I actually speculated about this before. I never actually talked with Chris, but I believe that the me costumes are made months in advance because they have to go through all the testing, make sure that their models are correct and everything. I mean, look at how much detail they have. And even people who tried to recreate the Mallow and the Kako Demon heads, they weren't able to do it. They weren't able to make it to that same level of detail that looks real, like it's actually a real leak.
Yes. I don't know. I think, I mean, to me, more than anything, but that's my personal opinion. What do you think, C&J?
yes, about Geno. So yeah, I actually think Geno could be a fighter. Which would make sense since Sakurai loves Geno. There was one thing that I forgot that I wanted to say, but I just forgot it for some reason.
Oh, just let us know. Yeah, just let us know when you can.
God, no.
Micro?
What?
Micro?
Give me a sec.
Right.
You know how
Where
it's
would you like
here, can you please go back?
Yeah, that's okay.
Like,
Where would you like to, me fire or fighter?
Okay.
Where?
Hold on a second.
I think he'll be playable. I do believe he'll either be a me costume, a deluxe me costume, or playable. But I am very much leaning to playable. But for a few reasons. But one of the main ones is even if it was a deluxe me costume, it would have still made the most sense to show him with Hero, and it would have made much more sense to reveal him before Sans, despite my love for Sans.
Okay. All right.
Oh.
Well,
Indeed.
the going on to the next thing that Papa Junior said. I said this is very lengthy, 40 minutes of just everything, pretty much.
Oh yeah, indeed.
Yeah, it's like I was like, oh, I got to watch a 40-minute Papa Gino's video like before I go to work. How the hell am I supposed to finish this? Anyway, so he said also it looks like all the leakers and are leaning to Crash being the sixth fighter. Now, what do you guys reckon of that?
Crash, yes,
A
definitely.
sixth fighter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Crash, actually, I think it can make it in. Probably.
I do believe Crash is gonna come. I just don't think it'll be the next fighter. I think they'd save that for E3.
Yeah.
I
think
100%. I 100% agree that Crash might actually be in the game.
I am with Ben on this one, but I have one worry about Crash.
Mhm.
Activision, because from what I know of Activision, they are very greedy. They're not a bad company, but they're very greedy. So I wonder how much they would ask for Crash.
I mean, we've already got deconfirmed Sora, so I think I could already see that actually.
I don't actually think that Sora is deconfirmed, so to speak, but I think that he won't be in this fighter pass if there is another.
I kind of agree.
Okay.
Fair enough.
All right then. So we've only got 3 more things, and then we've ended PUBG's things. So video, sorry. So we've got the Tales logo for Tales of series, the 25th anniversary. You know that logo going back with the Tales of? They got it rebranded,
yes.
or apparently it was for the 25th anniversary for Tales of. But Lloyd still could be in Smash. So what do you guys reckon on that? Do you think Lloyd will still be in Smash? Yes, no? What is your opinions on Lloyd?
I think it's still possible until we see a me costume reveal.
Yes. I agree.
I actually
No.
agree.
Yeah, I agree 100%.
Yeah.
That's one of those
no,
things
no.
where we have to
So
wait and
Lloyd
see
is
on.
still a yes to everyone. I think yes.
No. I'm honestly in the middle with even getting a Namco rep, going off what Sakurai said about not many strong candidates. And if we get one, I generally think it is about between Lloyd and Yori from Tales of.
I think it would be Hiachi because he tried to get him in Smash Wii U, didn't he? But do input Tekken or something like that. But now they've got everyone else.
Probably that it's a 3D fighter, but I have one problem with Hiachi, and that's the death of the voice actor and the death of him in the series.
That doesn't mean he can't be in there because he can actually reuse
That
voice
and
clips.
also, isn't the director of Tekken also said that they don't want him or they don't want Tekken characters in Smash Brothers?
Oh, yeah,
I just thought they
true,
couldn't.
that's a
I
big
thought
rep,
it was just because they couldn't implement.
Probably that.
Yeah, that was what Sakurai had said.
It
No,
might
But
be.
if the director of the game had said no to the character's inclusion, I think it's dead in the water on that instance.
Oh, okay.
It was because that they could not implement Heihachi or any Tekken character, but actually they can. And this is what I've heard from people. The problem with Heihachi or any other Tekken character coming to Smash was that they could not implement another special in one of their own specials. Like let me give you. So you know Terry's a side special, right? It has two different kinds of. It has.
You're trying to say that they couldn't implement another input character.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. Like for instance, with Terry, they were able to implement Terry. How? With their side special, because the problem with Terry is that he has two different side specials, which is Crack Shoot and also Birdie Knuckle, and that was also a problem for any Tekken character or Heihachi. And now that Terry actually has that implemented, they could also implement it with any Tekken character. So, in a way, in my opinion, a Tekken character has a higher chance of coming to Smash. In my opinion, yeah.
Anyone else got anything else to add?
If I had to add a Namco character, I would add Nightmare 100%. Smash needs more villains.
Maybe.
My only problem with
think-
Nightmare is like I don't think that he'd be able to balance him well enough. I think the character would be kind of too OP. And isn't Nightmare technically not the protagonist?
That's a difficult.
He's an
Difficult. Yeah, but I think he is the face. When you think of Soul Calibur, what character pops into your head when you think about it?
Link.
Crazy.
What did you say, Chris?
Link, because I played Soul Calibur on the GameCube.
Oh my god.
I agree with them there. I agree. Link does come to mind when I think.
He's
of
the
Soul
only one
Calibur.
that comes to
That's where
mind.
Vader and Yoda.
Wait, wasn't Kratos in one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yeah, something I'm gonna bring up real quick. And this is just really speculation, and it's only a theory. It has no base whatsoever. I don't think that we're gonna see anything DLC fighter-wise from the Legend of Zelda series. I think he chose that ancient armor me costume specifically to say that. Because if you think about it, he chose a Rex me costume to say that Rex wasn't going to be a character in the game. Now he chooses a Breath of the Wild / Zelda series me costume. Out of all the other possible things you could have chose.
I wanted that as Link's alternative costume, a Guardian outfit, not a me costume. So he doesn't have to have the Master Sword. He can have a Guardian Sword and Shield, but I guess that didn't happen. That's what I wanted, but it didn't happen. Oh well. So, anything else to add about Namco rep or anything like that, guys, before we move on?
Sorry to add a
Like I said,
Namco rep.
Namco rap, just...
Mappy? I just said Mappy, and that's it.
Alright. I don't know.
I could see one reason why he would specifically choose Lloyd. And it's not just because it's like the face of the franchise, but where else is he located at that there is a very small group of people who still play this game that's also getting its next update on the 14th of February. Zero told everyone that.
Okay,
Smash Flash.
makes sense.
Lloyd's in that game. What would be the chances that Sakurai grabs Lloyd just to drag people away from that?
Yeah, I see what you mean. Okay, well, if you've got
It
nothing
would
else
be
to add,
cruel.
yeah, well, we've got nothing else to add. I'm going to go on to the. We've got literally two more after. Well, just this is the last two. Data Mind Smash mode, a new tournament mode showing up in Japan version of Smash. Smash Online Challenge. There wasn't much about that, but apparently Japan of the version of Smash has another mode which we haven't got, and it was the same sort of picture that PUBG has had in his thumbnail of like Incineroar and two other
Are you
characters.
referring to convention mode?
I think it was convention mode. I think somebody said, "Here is your new mode," and it was actually called Smash Online Challenge or something. So
Yeah,
that's-
so
convention mode
basically
was,
there
I
are
think.
these kinds of competitions in Japan. I actually know a little bit about it.
Mhm.
One of there are two different competitions. One of which is each month that in Japan there's like this big tournament sort of, and if you win you get special stuff like spirit items and stuff like that. The other one is with pictures, and basically you have to like make your own picture in an actual game, like in a round of Smash. So if I'm correct, this mode pertains to the first one I was talking about, not the second one. Because the second the second one you have to take a picture of that picture and reply to it in one of Smash Twitter accounts, if I'm correct. And yeah, basically that. So yeah, I have nothing.
okay, anyone else? Just jump in. You, Chris. We haven't heard from you, Chris, for a while. Oh, sorry.
You've been,
No, it's all
yeah,
good. I'm
that's-
just listening. You guys have interesting theories.
Okay, well, Gyro.
What happened to Lex?
He's
Hey,
been
Bruh.
lax. He's been lax
it'll
about
be
the
back eventually.
I think his Wi-Fi might have gave out or something. I don't know.
So, Gyro, what do you think about this new online challenge? Do you think it's going to come to other parts of the world, or what do you think of this?
I don't know. I just know that sometimes the Japan gets exclusive things that we never get to see. Think of all of the exclusive SNES games they get from that. Get all of the stuff they got on WiiWare, Wii U, all that stuff. They're exclusives that we're probably never going to get to see.
Yeah, it's true. I mean,
And this is just
yeah.
another instance of that.
Same with the was it the NES and SNES online stuff? Sometimes we get like Japanese versions of games, which is quite interesting. But then I don't know if we're going to get
Yeah,
the full.
Puyo Puyo 2.
Yeah. So I don't know if we're going to get the full, library of Japanese games. Maybe I don't know. So I don't really, deal with
I
the
think
online
the
stuff.
only time, or the only instance so far I've seen is the Dragon Quest, the first 3 games, but those are, you have to buy them.
Okay. So, Micro, C&J, anything? I haven't heard much.
I don't know what to add, honestly.
Okay, cool.
What about like
I've seen-
convention mode?
Well, it's a Smash Online Challenge, what they said, in just Japan. But as
Smash
Gyro said,
Online Challenge.
we could not get it. It could be just for the.
I have something I want to add.
Yeah?
I wish I lived in Japan sometimes.
Just to try out the mode.
Think about when they get those exclusives.
Yeah, 100%. So C&J, what do you think?
With what I said about those 2 tournaments, if they brought those 2 tournaments, or at least one of them, especially the first one, to America, then we would get that mode. And I also have the Japanese version of Smash Bros. Ultimate. So if you guys want, I can check that out and see what that mode actually is. Just make sure.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right, the last thing we were going to talk about, we pretty much went over it. There's going to be how many directs. PUBG's last thoughts was from Zippo, 2 directs this month. PUBG thinks it's going to be a Nintendo Direct. Other could be an Animal Crossing. I don't know if you guys want to get into that or not. It's up to you. We kind of briefly went over that anyway, didn't we? So, up to you guys if you want to.
All 3 are going to be real. Watch.
What about the Crash mobile game?
Yeah, well, I don't know much about this. I mean, we did have 2, but that one we didn't really count.
I
But
don't think that doesn't
Oh
mean
yeah, I
anything
made a
for
video
Smash.
about it. I can explain it to you.
yeah, you could do it like that. I mean, the only other thing we've got is Golden Sun. I think we went over that as well, didn't we? From you, Wah.
Yep, we're good.
Yeah, Content went over that a lot when he had talked about Zippo's information and also Marco Maro.
So
With that information too. Talked about the niche and RPG and had the sun emote, and he went directly to Golden Sun. And they're like, it doesn't mean that. It means summer. Seriously, people aren't that. They don't make hints that obvious.
I just want Golden Sun.
I'm fine with a Golden Sun game like getting ported to the Switch, but the question though is why and how much of, in other words, how much you're going to risk that it's actually going to be something that people buy, because that was one of the things that kept Isaac from getting into Smash Brothers other than an assist trophy, is that they didn't know how much the demand for Golden Sun was.
And I think
That
that blew
they
up right in
didn't
their
know.
face. I think that blew up right in their face.
cool. Okay, well, I can't think of anything else. If you guys want to talk
Should
about
I
anything
explain
else,
the Crash mobile game?
yeah, if you can, you want to, and then you got to go. Cause I know Chris, you've got a stream soon as well, haven't you? So.
I'm pretty
Eh,
sure
yeah.
we've already lost Chris.
No, I'm here. I'm just listening.
The thing is, this is what I always wanted to do: is talk about Smash, no matter what it is, just speculation and everything and anything. I just love it all. I just love it. So yeah, C&J, you take this one because I don't know much about this. So if you want to take this one, C&J, all you.
Yeah. Okay. So for some reason, I'm the only one that made a video. So I'll just script I made for the video. So someone on Twitter named Jump Button posted yesterday, Crash Bandicoot mobile game revealed. Investigation by myself and Montwera. This game can be signed up for now, it seems. He does not specify if apps Google Play More or something like that. And then he posted, and then he attached some pictures. The first one is an icon of the actual mobile game with Crash Bandicoot in it with a new model. And in my opinion, it looks alright. I'm not really a big fan of it. But the second picture shows more of Crash's model. And basically says Crash is now on mobile. And you can see Crash's whole model with him doing like this crazy face. And he actually looks way better. I'll post the pictures on the chat. And
Okay.
The third, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, the third picture looks like Temple Run, like a clone of Temple Run. You know the game where you basically have to run away
Yes,
from
we
a
know.
treasure, you took a treasure and you have to dodge obstacles. So yeah, the third picture basically is like a clone of Temple Run in a way, but with Crash Bandicoot. Then the fourth one, in a way, sort of reminds me of. This might be so weird, but Angry Birds, Angry Birds Epic, and the Clash of Clans, where you have to build a base and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
To be honest, this model would fit
Wait a
for
second.
Smash Render.
This
I
is
see
Smash
the
Render.
logo here from King. That's the company, King Games.
Yeah, it does Candy
Yeah.
Crush, I believe, as well.
They also have Best Fiends, which I literally just saw a commercial for on the TV. I have a feeling that they're the ones who made the render. I have a strong feeling of that.
It does look Angry Bird.
It looks like something. It does look like their style.
Yeah, I agree. So yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, this is what we do. Like, if any of you guys got anything to add, or just send us anything through our Discord, or just contact whoever and just say, "Oh yeah, we got this thing to check out." We'll check out for you guys. So I know we're I know Chris, you have to stream. Is it? Do you want me to end it now, Chris, or we're just going to take some questions from the chat, or how do you feel about this? So.
Well, I'm actually not going to do Smash tonight, as I was trying my Switch, and it's just not connecting to the Wi-Fi.
We got him anymore.
It looks like we're gonna be here for a while.
Can you guys not hear me?
I can hear you. I can.
Yeah.
I was just trying to listen to what you were saying. Everyone started talking, but yeah,
Oh,
your Switch
yeah.
isn't working, did you say?
Nope, it's not connecting to Wi-Fi. So, yeah. But if we could, I do have some other stuff I need to do. So if you guys want to end it off, and then I'll end this part of the stream, and then I can send people over to the.
Is anyone else able to really hear him?
Okay,
I
I can hear. Yeah.
All right, so here's what
Alright,
we'll
yeah,
do.
no worries,
Here's what we'll
Chris.
do. I'm gonna send
No
here.
worries.
Ant, go ahead and post the link to your stream at Podcast Approaches in the chat right now.
In
I
general.
posted the server because.
What, in your chat?
Yeah, in my chat. In my chat.
What the link? I don't think I can. Post.
I will allow it. Don't worry.
Okay. That is the YouTube link for our live stream.
Yeah.
Lex on the track with another $2 donation.
Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate that. Master Chief for Smash, I absolutely agree, my friend. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Really do appreciate that. Yeah, guys, I wish we could play Smash tonight, but it's just my Switch is not connecting to my Wi-Fi. For those of you guys who don't know,
I just unmuted the actual stream. I can hear him fine on there, but I can't hear Chris at all in here.
Yeah,
That's honestly weird.
that's okay. He's just about
also,
to...
Chris,
Kappa's coming
one
for
thing
us.
one thing I should recommend. I think we should. There has to be a time where we all in this voice chat right now should play on Smash. Like I guess you could say in like.
Yeah.
We yeah, no worries. Anyway, I'm gonna just let Chris end his stream so everybody can, come over here. He's gonna send everyone here so we can continue maybe a little bit more and ask questions from the chat. So if you would like to, Chris, then.
All right, guys, I'm going to head out for right now, but if you guys want to continue listening to these guys chat, we're going to go ahead and post a link to the new Podcast Approaches channel where they are also live right now. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll get that link really quick. Hang on.
And if you all people are watching it from that channel, you don't really have to do anything. You guys
yeah, if you guys are already there, it's easy peasy. So I'm going to go ahead and spam this. So
Welcome, everybody. Everyone's coming in here. Welcome.
Yeah, and I asked Destiny if he could post the Discord link because for some reason,
yes,
it was
cool.
not letting
We
me
got
post it.
we got all the links description. Jesus Christ! Chris,
Here.
amazing.
Alrighty, guys,
Guys,
I'm out of
do
here.
Do not spam the chat with the. You guys, don't do that.
I'm out of here, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Thanks for having me, and yeah, I'll be stopping on your stream in a little while.
And your account.
No
Catch you
worries.
guys
See you
later. Bye. Oh yeah, so I'm still live right now. Dusk and Lax on the track. I owe you both games tomorrow if you can make it. My Switch will not connect to the Wi-Fi right now because we're just in the middle of getting this new provider. It's going terrible. I love you guys very much. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great rest of your night. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy the stream. I'll see you later.